Hello Mudlarking friends, and welcome to another episode of Tide Travelling with Old Father Thames. Now this area we're in today was once known as the King's Dockyard, and that is because in 1513 King Henry VIII oversaw the building of London's first Royal Docks in this area. It was actually the Royal Dockyard, but known as the King's Dockyard. And this is where Royal Navy vessels were built. Now later on, it turned into something different. We see the East India Company, the Honourable East India Company, setting up shop here. And they were obviously sending vessels out for trade in the East Indies. In fact, L.M. Bates, in writing in his book about the Thames, he actually says this is the true spot from where England's colonisation of huge parts of the world started. So that's where we are now. Something that always gets me about the East India Company is the Honourable in the title. Yes, they were the Honourable East India Company, and yes, with their existence, the British Empire grew. But without getting too political, I think, I do need to say that given their appetite for the trade in human cargo and colonisation of large parts of India to massive cost, maybe they're not so honourable by today's standard. We also see here, as well as sailing ships being built, further along there was a company called the General Steam Navigational Company. Now they were building paddle steamers and cruisers. So the GSNC were the first people to do paddle steamers day tripping out from London to Margate in Kent. So they had these pleasure boats, but they also had cargo boats, and they were importing cattle and sheep from mainland Europe. And now the GSNC then later went on to become P&O. So this area is full of history, full of stories. I always say this area is full of history because it's the Thames, right? And it's all going on down here. But a couple of other little fun facts. Sir Francis Drake was knighted here, and that was aboard the Golden Hind. It's also said to be the place where he laid down his cloak for Queen Elizabeth I to cross a puddle. Aha! Right, so I've stopped in this area because I keep finding chunky, worn bits. I'm not quite sure what they are, to be honest. I found this, thought it was, some kind of industrial or electrical related item, perhaps even related to insulators, GPO insulators maybe, not sure. This big chunk of, don't know, some kind of masonry, but I've got my pockets full already, and I'm just going to show you what I've found so far in this area. Again, another really chunky bit of something. Honestly, I don't know, but we'll put them down here. Now onto things I do know, some worn pipes. So there's an 18th century pipe, and we've got a little baby one as well. Now this is a lot earlier. So this is 18th to 19th. There's some initials on there. E, S, so we might be able to work out who that is. And here, just to show you the difference, this is a 17th century pipe. So very late 1600s going into the 1700s. And you can just see, as tobacco became more widely available and a little bit more affordable, the pipe bowl went up in size. Now they're very worn, and that's because we're in this area here that's full of stone and shingle and building debris. Found a bit of bone with a marking on there. And let's see what else is in the pocket. There was, now this, not sure, so we're going to skirt over that. This is a really lovely piece of pottery. I'm going to have to check out exactly what that is, and then I will put the details up on the screen. I just want to double check something about it, but that is a really lovely piece. I'll do a comparison with a complete piece and you can see the patterns and markings. So that's what we've got for this area so far. I'm just going to continue having a little look around here. I don't expect to find anything in real pristine condition because, as I say, it's really stony. But you know, I love these bits I've found so far, and it's just giving me a clue as to work out the area and see what we might be able to find. Okay, let's go. These little patches here are always quite good to have a dig about in, even if they look a bit sparse. There's often something lurking. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I'm really pleased with this. This is a super piece of English Delftware. This is tin glazed Delftware. You can see the biscuity kind of fabric of the body there, and this enameled tin glaze on top, both sides. But why I love this piece is because of this beautiful yellow, and you can clearly see here that there is a flower of some kind. I want to call it a daisy, I'm not sure if it is, but lots of floral motifs here, a little leaf there and another sprig. So I'm going to do some research with this. Hopefully, with any luck, I will be able to find a complete piece or one near enough complete to show you what it would have looked like. But there you go, always worth checking the little patches. Swannies! All right, quite a big top of a shoe there, over part. Don't know what it's called actually. I'm starting to save these bits of leather now and see if I can do something with them. I'd say this is probably 19th century, maybe a bit earlier. I will find out more about it at home, but as I've learnt now from Alessio about caring for these pieces of leather, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It looks like it was probably a work shoe of some kind. So I love, look, you can see here all the holes for the stitching. And again, these holes here in the leather. It is a really nice piece of leather. This, I don't know, that's interesting. It's been cut there. And you can see here more stitching marks. So that will be interesting to construct. We'll see, I'll put some information up on the screen about that. This is something really exciting. I've seen one online and it's mid-17th century. Now, look, this could be later, but let's just say it isn't. I don't know if it's complete, it might just be a fragment. I think it's a bronze cauldron. And as I say, I've seen one very similar online. Oh, okay, so it's not intact. All right, it's in fragments. I have actually got a fragment of one of these at home, but it's even got the very same handle, the one that I am talking about online, which I will reference on here. So part of it. There's another bit. Okay, I'm just gonna have a little dig in here, make sure I can't feel any more of it. All right, there's the impression of the cauldron there, and there's nothing else in there. Backfill this hole slightly. Okay, here we go. So I was hoping it was going to be the entire thing. It's not, but you know me, I'm going to get this cleaned up and then we'll see where we are. Now, where was that in the... Ah, there we go. And then there's the little leg. So I think it's a tripod cauldron. So we'll get this cleaned up and put together. Don't want to scrape out anything that is important there. There we go. Part of a cauldron. And I love this handle, look at that. All right, well, I love this. This is a real winner for me. I keep saying it, but let's see it later on when it's all put together. I'm gonna have a look around here and see if I can find some more fragments. There might be more to this around here. So come on, let's go and have a look. But as I'm saying that, something has caught my eye here. Now, you know how much I like bone. You know how much I pick bone up, and for 6 years I've been looking for a pinner's bone. Whenever I see a bone that's been cut like this, I am hopeful. Let's try and get this out and see what we've got. No, no way. Look at that. Now that is, if I'm not mistaken, unless they're just little cuts, that is a pinner's bone. We'll get it cleaned up. You can see the notches there where pins were laid into this and then sharpened. So the pinners would use this to sharpen the wire given to them or bought from them by the wire drawers. Yeah, it's a pinner's bone. I am over the moon with this. I'll get it cleaned up and then we'll stick it up on the screen so you can see that. I mean, it's not a fantastic one, but it's a start. It's the start of my pinner's bone collection. It's just got 1, 2, 3 notches. I think it's been broken here. 1, 2, 3 notches, 4th round there. It's been worked beautifully. So, you know, it's a great start to a collection. Another piece of cauldron. So let's see if that fits in with the vessel we found over there. I've got a feeling it's slightly different. I mean, let's go and check this out and see if it fits with the other bits we've got over there. Okay, here we go. I think that possibly is a different vessel. Might be a bit mad, but look, you see this one? It's got 2 rings here, these circles. This one's got 1. It seems like a bit of a wider circumference as well, like it had a wider circumference. And I'll see you next time for Tide Travelling with Old Father Thames.